It's yours truly, Ricovibes, and welcome to Take 5. Now, over the past 10 years, arguably one of the wickedest selectors to ever hit the US, Jamaica, the world, Mr. Ricky Platinum.
Well, I go on, my general.
What's up, man?
Respect, man, from here.
Oh, man. Let's, let me tell you the first time I saw you.
Well, go on, tell me.
About 6 years ago, in the Grill, Jamaica, Dream Weekend.
Dream Weekend.
I was like, who is this guy? And over the years, I started going back to Dream Weekend every year, and you've grown from here to just talk about your journey to that point. When did you start playing music?
I started playing music at a tender age. So my father was a DJ, just playing in the house, just playing around in the house. So I have a twin sister. Her name is Nikki Statement. Big up my twin sister. So on Saturdays, the typical thing to do, clean up the house. So after we clean up the house, Daddy had bought a camera. So he set up the camera. So we would just have a party. So
really?
My dad is the
DJ.
DJ.
Is in Jamaica or
no,
here?
this I was born in the US.
Oh, he was on, okay.
I was born in Brooklyn. Went to the DMV area when I was young. So every Saturday after we clean up Daddy just set up the camera. Daddy, I play the music, and then my backup dancer, which was my mother. So now,
so you were singing group.
So we was a group, like it was like a little Jackson 4, you would say, Jackson 4, but we call it the Palmer's 4. So my father would play the music, my mother would just do the dancing, and then me and my twin sister like, I'm gonna be Daddy. My sister's like, I'm gonna be Mommy. So me start mimic my father, me I play the music, and then my sister would dance alongside my mother. So it would be just a joy just playing music, and just that got me started to have the interest in playing music. So when we go to like family function, Jamaican style, it keep a little birthday party. It's a big bashment. Right. So there's gonna be a DJ there. It's a 3-year-old birthday party. Yeah. One big selector set up, and rather than me go play basketball, I'll be around the DJ turntable just looking like, can I play? Right. Can I play around with it? So I mean, that's how that really sparked my interest, just watching my father do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And at what age was this?
This is about 5, 6
early age.
Early age.
Wow.
Early age. And life have them path with, like, my father, he passed when I was 6. So the playing the music and the video on us, like, it wasn't the same no more. It was basically like we was trying to do it, but my attention shifted to, like, all right, let me play soccer. Let me just do the regular things like the little kids used to do. And then I have an uncle, a good family friend, they call him Blacker Platinum. He had a sound system. So I'm like, it's like I remember loving this, but I was able to play around with the sound system, and it's like, it was like the timing added up. I was like that guy that was helping him get bookings for peers. Like if somebody's keeping a Sweet 16, I was telling my uncle, like, I can get you to play at this person's party. And then what happened was, now, he would go to these parties, and these kids my age would ask for specific songs, and he wouldn't have it. So he thought. He would just buy the records, and he just don't understand what the kids are saying.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, I know where it is, because I'm up there going through his record box and all of that. I'm like,
so this is record days?
Yeah, this is record days. Wow. This is record days. Every time I go around the sun, they be like, Ricky Platinum. No, not Ricky Platinum. Back then, little Ricky. Ricky, mind you mash up the needle. Mind you mash up the needle. That's all I'm hearing.
That needle boy.
But when he realized, like, I knew what his stuff was, when we started going to these parties, my mother didn't know. When we started going to these parties, he'd be like, yeah, man, I want to play. And I would just play, and then from there, somebody would see me and be like, yo, I want him to play at my daughter's Sweet 16 or my daughter's birthday party. And it was going on and on till the word was spreading out that, oh, Ricky is a good DJ. Yeah.
So how did you get the platinum?
The platinum, no. So Blacker, which is my uncle, he had a sound called Platinum Sound. So, traveling the world, I was making the promoters put platinum sounds on the flyer. There's a lot of platinum sounds in the world. Yeah. So you have platinum sound in Canada, you have platinum sound in Florida, platinum sound in New York, and then you have the platinum kids. People was like, yo, who are you platinum kids? Because, the young age and all that. So what I would do was tell the people them, instead of putting platinum sound or Ricky from platinum sound, just put Ricky Platinum. Okay. So that's how that came about. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Now, being in a marketplace like Washington, the DMV area, I had this discussion with somebody the other day, and just to explain to them the reason why you are so phenomenal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because as a promoter, when you look for a DJ, one of the first places you look for is Jamaica, of course.
Yeah.
Back in those days, New York.
Yeah, New York.
And then Florida.
Yeah.
So nobody's looking towards DMV, Virginia, Atlanta, no places.
Yeah.
So for you to emerge from that, what did it take for you to emerge from that market?
It took a lot of risk. It took a lot of sacrifices. You mentioned you saw me at Dream Weekend. Dream Weekend wasn't a gig that they said, oh my gosh, I like how you play. You're in DC. I'm going to fly you out. It was more of a situation where I reached out to them knowing that they was not looking my direction. Because it's like, it's either, a lot of people do this, and I have like, I'm not all fully against it, but a lot of people will be like, well, it's popping in New York, I'm going to move to New York to bus, or it's popping in Florida, or it's popping in ATL. But I was thinking like, imagine I just reach out to some promoters and prove to them that I'm that guy. So like even at Dream Weekend, when they was introducing me, they was like Ricky Platinum from New York, and then I'll correct them and be like, Ricky Platinum from Washington, D.C.
I remember that.
Because a lot of DJs would expect, oh, him come from foreign and New York and BS from.
Right.
So proving that I have talent was one of my main goals, but I had to make the sacrifice, meaning like traveling to places not getting money, traveling to places I'm just getting $150 just to take care of my hotel or something like that. So it came with a whole bunch of sacrifice, but in the end, it's all worth it,
How do you explain to the DJs nowadays what you just told me? Because a lot of people don't understand that concept.
So you're from the sound system culture, so back then you couldn't just say, "Oh, me I select them and just boss." So you had to work.
Right.
You had to work, given times and things change. So I wouldn't say that the way it worked for me might work for you, because back then, if I had social media back then, I'd probably be a giant. Like if I was doing everything that I'm doing now, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you right now. You know why? Because it's like the elevation. I know the elevation would have took me up so high, because I'm so ambitious with it. Like I'm not gonna sit back and wait until somebody say, Ricky, here's $1 million. I'm gonna go hunt for that $1 million. I'm not gonna make somebody say, oh, I think he's a DJ. I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna show you that I'm a good DJ, and then you're gonna be like, oh, he's a good DJ. So a lot of young DJs be like for instance, I had a younger DJ hit me up today, was like, do you have any advice? My advice to all the younger DJs is do it the best way you can for your generation, because it's not going to be the same. I'm not going to tell you to fly over here for free. I don't know where your pockets stay. I don't know how much you love it. You get what I'm saying? And for me, it's really different, because this is what I do for a living. So
you don't have a regular 9 to 5?
No 9 to 5. So
have you ever had a 9 to 5?
I had a 9 to 5. I work at Popeyes, then I left Popeyes and go a Giant, then I left Giant and go a CVS, then I go a Costco, then I start paint cars. And I was like,
job hunting.
It was not for me. It was not
9
for
to 5
me.
is not for you.
The 9 to 5 was not for me. So my drive to make it work was way different from a lot of people, because a lot of people had their regular 9 to 5, but I'm gonna say, yo, I'm gonna try this. If it don't work, then let me just go back to work. Me, I didn't have no other option but to just play music.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you being on Dream Weekend, how did that help you to elevate to where you at now?
Dream Weekend, everybody know Dream Weekend is a big platform. And just knowing that all of the top selectors, all of the bot selectors, live in Jamaica, it's like you living in Atlanta. That person that's coming from Jamaica to play is the star for the night.
Correct.
Everybody's gonna be like, all right, let me see what he got.
Correct.
So when I go to Jamaica as a foreign selector now, it's kind of like I'm up there pushing it out to the world, pushing it out to the world. And I'm not like the Dream Weekend, it's driven by a lot of international people. A lot of people's flying for it.
They're from Canada, England.
So that's a good plus for me. So if I meet somebody that's living in London,
right.
If I meet somebody that's living in New York, if I meet somebody that's living in Florida, it's like half of the work is already done. I'm a U.S. citizen. We can't fly. So they're looking at it as a situation like, oh, you're in the U.S.? Oh, that's easier. So let me link this in the U.S. And, you know, a lot of promoters go there to just breath and have some fun. You mash it up at Dream Weekend, people's going to remember you. So when you're on that higher platform and everybody's talking about you, granted, it's going to be promoters like, yo, I want that person that shelled on Dream Weekend to be at my event. Right. So, you know, it's a sacrifice that I made that really worked out for me worldwide. Like, I'm always going to be remembered as, oh, he shelled Dream Weekend. Oh, them man that play at Dream Weekend, that's a big thing.
Of course, it's a big platform.
It's a big platform, yeah.
How's your relationship with the other selectors in the DMV area?
The respect is there. The love is there. You know, it's been times selectors and promoters be like, you know, I start clashing, you know that them talk there really like. But I don't feel it's necessary for me to do that right now. I'm one of those selectors in the DMV that's highly rated, and this at the same time one of those selectors that selectors can pick up the phone and call and be like, listen, how should I do this, or how this mix sound, or whatever the case may be. And I host events, and it's like I utilize some of the selectors them in the DMV area. So it's all love. Like my Tipsy Wednesday is a party that started about 12 years ago, and it was just to make people know that I could DJ. So, you know, the weekend parties that I go on, so nothing was really popping off on the Wednesday, so I put Tipsy Wednesday together so people can come to the party, and I was the main event. So it's like, Ricky's the main event. Okay. So after years of proving myself, and I'm like, okay, I proved myself to the people, then I'm flying out, I'm doing all of this. Let me rope in some of the local talent now. Gotcha. So I'm on over there, so I'm on flying from Jamaica. Hey, Wagwan, where I do this Wednesday? Follow that Tipsy Wednesday. I'm going to give you a platform so people can see you also. So it's all love with me and the selectors them in at the DMV. Wow. Yeah, for real.
Wow. Talk about your transition from being a selector in the dancehall area to being on the radio.
Oh, wow. So I could have, I was born in Brooklyn, New York. So the hip-hop element and going to the DMV area where I live is powered by Go-Go. I know Go-Go, all of that. I know all of the songs that they would want to hear for the radio. So the radio journey was a wicked one. So it was 5 years in the making. I could have got on the radio the first year I tried. Thing is, I wanted to go on the radio to play my type of music. I wanted to represent for my culture. So one thing about the radio, it's like programmed. Right. It's programmed. So you didn't have no free space. It's not like an online radio station that I'm on. So it's like rules and regulations and all of that. So
FCC rules, all that, yeah.
So I know if I said yes, I'm gonna take the gig, and I announce it to the world, like Ricky Platinum was live on 93.9 WKYS, and every single time they go on the radio, they hear hip hop. The boy sell we out, but the man I gonna deal with it, but the man a straight hip hop. We don't want to hear that. So I told them like, no. So I kept on trying, and the program directors kept switching. And big up to Mike Swift, he's a program director. He opened his eyes and was like, listen, this Afrobeat, dancehall, soca community market is here in the DMV. Let's tap into that market. And so we have a 2-hour show worth of international music every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Me and another general and other business DJ Trini, and we just taking that opportunity and running with it and elevating with it, because in the business right now, the dancehall and the international music is out there, but it's not out there. Yeah. So they need man like we for to step up to the plate. Right. And I want selectors and DJs to use me as an example. You go to another radio station, I see Ricky Platinum and DJ Trini, they got a reggae show. Why don't you do a reggae show too?
In your marketplace.
Yeah, they should call another radio station and be like, Ricky Platinum and Ray is on the radio station playing Afrobeats, there is an audience for the Afro because we're like number one in our region, in our area. So I know if a selector is smart enough and they approach a radio station like that and show them what we got going on, they will get the job. So that transition, it's a level up for me.
Right.
It's a level up. People look at me different. The artists them look at me different. Yeah. Wake up every day and dope play it. You see what I'm saying? Right. And it's like the connections to all these artists. Like I would have never imagined interviewing Buju. Right. I wouldn't imagine interviewing Popcorn and likes of Coffee and all of them big artists, Burna Boy, Wizkid, and all them you there. And it's like the radio is putting
give you that platform.
Yeah, connecting the dots for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're radio personality.
Yeah.
You're a disc jockey, of course.
Yeah.
What's next for you? What other aspirations do you have?
So I don't want to be that guy that try to step out of his lane and tap into what's working for other people. I want to just be myself, and I found joy in putting events together. I started this thing called my friend Fred Events started a thing called Vibes Festival. Mm-hmm. Vibes Festival now it's a merge of dancehall, Afrobeat, and soca. Okay. What some don't realize, you have dancehall, then you have uptown people where be like, oh, I got a venue there. Right. Then you have the soca. Right. Then you have the soca people like, I don't want to go to that soca fest. Then you have the Afrobeat people. Right. And then you have the people that will say, I don't want to go to that club because I don't like this person. Right. So the Vibes Festival is a whole idea of just merging everybody together in a well-known venue, a big festival where we're giving people their dosage of their genre of music. So I would book one Afrobeat DJ, one soca DJ, one dancehall DJ, and I make people come out and represent for them genre and cheer for their genre, and it's like a merge. So that is an event that I started in the DMV area, and we're gonna plan to just take it all over the world. It's gonna be like a tour. And there's another event, me and my brethren DJ Cashrack started a thing called Bum Bum. That's like a whining party. So the next venture for me that I'm really gonna focus on, that I know is gonna work, is like doing some big events. Like doing big events, touring events, not just events in the DMV area. Right. So that's where my head is at right now.
Is there any production or anything in your future, seeing as though you're so involved in the music?
Big up my friend Adventurous. So sometimes it's like when you're not around it, you be like you don't have no interest in it. Right. Adventurous is an artist here in the ATL area. He's one of my friends. He moved here to make his name. Mm-hmm. So one day I went to his studio. He have a little studio in his house, and I'm vibing, and we made a song in like 2 hours. And I'm like, hold on, maybe if I put myself in this space, right, magic can be created. But right, since I'm not in that space every day, I'm like, oh, whatever. People are like, if it's unproduced, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But me as you like this, if I'm in this space and it's working out for me and it's energy, bro, I'm the type of dude, I will take a video camera, video myself, I'll make somebody video next angle of me, and I will sit behind Final Cut and be like, how do I work this? Because it can be done, right? Right. Everything can be done. You can do anything. But I just, you just put your mind to it and then make it happen. Yes. So me sitting in the house for 15 hours trying to figure it out, after that, the next time me get a video for edit, me done that in a 1 hour. Because it's like, if I put my mind to it, I'm going to get it done. Right. But I'm not one of those youths like, oh, my goal is to go over there when I go right here and I'm successful right here. Mm-hmm. And then all I'm thinking about is going over there and I'm missing out on an opportunity right here because I'm just so focused on that. I play my life like a Mario game. After I reach another level and open the next door, another door open, because the radio station is like another level. Mm-hmm. Now the radio station, because of COVID, the doors of the radio station has to open for me. Some of them hasn't opened yet. So it's like when outside kind of like break opens, another door is going to open. Then it's going to be like, damn, Ricky, you could do this. Then I reach so then I'm like, okay, another door open. Right. So I don't like like pushing out like goals. You know, like people be like pushing out goals because sometimes that goal is not even the goal that that's you're supposed to attack right away.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wow. So I just live life every day, and then when opportunity presents itself to me, then I just get it done.
So you're patient.
Patient. Just like with this interview. I come to ATL all the time. And I come with some of the people to be interviewed, and I'm just like sitting there just like, oh.
Nothing happened this waste time.
Nothing happened from time. It's not like I'm going to get mad. It's just a situation where Ricky is not your time. Like, Ricky is not your time. Like, you have to wait for your time. I've been in many situations where I go to many studios, radio stations, and they're not interviewing me. They're interviewing my friend. Right. And I have to just sit there and be like, yeah, one day they're going to interview me. You know what I'm
Speaking
saying?
of your friends, you got, you got Noah Polish, you got Steely Bassman, you got all these guys. Yeah. Do you feel a sense of competition when you're amongst them? Or is it friendly rivalry?
We joke about it. We joke about it. But the thing is, we are different. Noah is different. Polish is different. Steely is different. I have a friend named Prince Royal in DMV area. Rena Stone Movements, they're different. Hyper Rich, DJ Dutch, everybody's different. So it's like what you're bringing to the table, as long as it's different, there's always going to be room for you. So if I'm on what is so, there's a lane of music that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play this lane of music because I know for sure Noah and Polish them. Who are not joking in there? Right. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to try to play like that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do something else and then be like, well, Ricky's known, oh, that's the vibes god. That's how I call myself, the vibes god, because at any given moment, you don't know what I'm going to play. Right. You don't know what I'm going to play. And I'm a man like this. I read the crowd so well. So in terms of my friends, it's like we call each other and we encourage each other like, yo, keep up the good work. I talked to Noah this morning. He was in Canada last night, in Sheldon, Canada. And me tell him about Atlanta last night, and Sheldon, Atlanta. So there's never like the need to go up against. It's like, oh, okay, you're doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. We all doing our thing. It's all love.
How often do you travel? Because it seems like every time I look around, Ricky Platinum is on a plane going somewhere. So how often do you travel? Honestly, you know, sometimes you dream as a DJ starting out. You're like, yo, I love travel. Just like how at a young age you be like, your little nephew be like, yo, I can't wait to drive. And you as a big money, I say, yo, when you're not gonna like driving because you've been there, done that. Right. So for me, I was that kid that was like, yo, I can't wait to travel. Right? You know, I'm gonna travel every weekend. Sometimes honestly, truthfully talking, sometimes like sinking into like just know that I can't even get a full sleep because I know I have to wake up for this flight and have to go over here, then I have to go sleep in at a hotel. I mean, I know who was in the bed the other night before that. Yeah. And it's just like a whole bunch of things. And it's like I'm traveling and making people happy. And I travel I'm on the plane so much. Well, what do you do? What does Wiki Platinum do for fun? I mean, aside from music, of course, it's got to be fun for you. But what do you do on your off time?
I love playing soccer.
Okay.
So we play soccer, but I mean, like I said, I do this for a living. Right. So sometimes it's like, you know, it's like when a job needs to get done, and you're laying in the bed, you don't feel good. So like on a Monday, I'd be like thinking like, let me rest, but I could be making money. I could be working. Right. You get what I'm saying? So I get joy out of playing music. A lot of people, when they see me in parties, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'll be a screw face the boy up. But they don't understand, like, as soon as I get behind that sound, it's like my life. I become this different creature when it comes to the music, because music is my life. Like, all I think about is music. All I think about is playing music and making people happy, because there's a lot of situations where, you know, people be going through things and they write me messages like, oh, how your SoundCloud help me through this day. And it's like, I don't take those for granted, because if I can help somebody get through their day, if I can get somebody through hard times, it's like, oh, I'm doing something good. Right. So like this music thing is my life. So for fun, we would say soccer and music.
Wow.
Yeah, for real.
How does your family feel about what you're doing?
Boy, I want to tell us that I leave my mother house because I knew my mother was like. So let me start off by saying I was a church boy. Church boy, straight Yankee. And in the business, like, my mother used to go to the Stone Love dances. She know about Metro Media and BSID. She know what it takes as a selector to be a world selector.
Right.
She did not see that in her son that goes to church every Sunday. So it's like, you're going to look at me as your mother and say you want to be a DJ. I mean, no one say all you do I just go at church. If you think your name Ricky Palmer, leave this whole start, but you want to play music. And I left home at about 17, and I was like, yo, I want to play music, but I know I can't play music in this house. I was making my name. My auntie kept her dance in Jamaica. She keep it yearly, December. Stone Love. I told my auntie, I said, I want you to put me on that dance because I know my mother's going to be there. Put me on that dance. So she put me on the flyers, you know. In the country now, in Clarendon, Stone Love is like the superstars. Then if they coming in your town,
everybody comes up.
Everybody are forward up for Stone Love. So it's like, they like, oh my gosh, we got to go see Stone Love. Then they see, who named Ricky Platinum? Oh, Miss Marcia's son, Jordan's son. Everybody know me in the community, so now they're looking at me like, Ricky's going to be our hero. He's going to be our representative. He's going to represent Clarendon against Stone Love. So now it's like, you know, them have the little kids fun day before the dance.
Yeah.
Auntie was setting up and everything like that. The kids function is going up, and then the youth were string up the song was like, I only sip on the flyer. I only am Ricky Platinum. You know, said them. No selector can't play upon full sound. You know, Stone Love thing different. You have to call the boss. Well, my auntie called and it was a fee to play on the sound, and she said she not pay that. So now the laughing.
There's a fee.
It's a fee
for outside selector.
It was back then. Yeah, it was a fee. You have to pay a fee. There was a time you had to pay a fee. It wasn't, and that wasn't normal for a selector from out of the country to come in, like, as for instance, like the US to come play. It wasn't that often. You know what I'm saying? Especially that country dance. So, and she was a US promoter, so you know, anyway, they can't squeeze out something. So
yeah,
everybody's laughing in the community, like, oh, Ricky did things, they're not gonna play with Stone Love. So, you know, that video guy now is a video guy in our party. You know how they have the video and then they have the projection?
Yes.
Yeah. So them a video me out walking at the party. Everybody a laugh after me. The man purple, because he understood what was going on. The man video me walking with my CD case and have me a walk, because they wanted to show the embarrassment. They wanted to see me embarrassed. So they put it up on the big screen. And then G-Force was DJing. And I was pulling my thing, knowing that they was like, yo, no selector can come play upon them song. G-Force stopped the music and said, I can't even cuss no bad word, but blurred not. I would have my bad friend Ricky Platinum from DC. Me never know you up on the dance. Yo, me I play 3 more songs and then Ricky Platinum. This man played 3 more songs. I came into the dance. I played for an hour. Back then, you know, gun salutes was the norm. So my auntie came up there, running up there. She didn't know what was going on. She never thought I was going to play. So while I'm playing, she's like, running up there, she's like, Stone Love wanna stop, yeah, make them beat too much gunshot, da 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 da. By that time, I don't tell the people, them say, Stone Love, them, that's my auntie that's keeping it down. Them say, I know we are your nephew. She said, nephew, stop where you going, so nephew.
Wow.
So it was like, that something remarkable happened that night. And
wow,
something very remarkable happened that night. And I never seen this happen. Like, up to this day, I never seen it happen. I was playing an hour. Stone Love had 4 selectors. So when I play an hour, 2 selectors go play. One of them on MC, one of them is on the mic. One is on them turntables. And then I play an hour. And then the next 2 that wasn't playing, they play an hour. Then I play an hour. And then the first 2 go play an hour. So we was going back and forth. So it was kind of like 4 versus 1 in terms of vibes. And then in the morning, G-Force was like, play them song, yeah. And I'm listening, and I hear, anyway, Stone Love, I'm like, this guy want me to play his dub plate. Then the time the anger management was busting the place, but we was pacing the dance. So in the morning time, the man made me play the whole rhythm of anger management on dub.
Stone Love Dubs.
Stone Love Dubs. And he's like, yo, let's beat them. And I'm up there talking as if I'm a part of Stone Love family. I'm saying, yo, link the boss tomorrow. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, what does this mean? And so I said to myself like, damn, if them see greatness, I have to realize greatness in myself, and then I just say, yo, I just have to work hard upon myself, on my craft. And honestly, it took me a long way. And now I can just walk out with my chest out and say, yo, Ricky Platinum made it to this level for believing in himself. Straight up like that.
Wow. Yeah. That's a hell of a story, man. Because I've been to Jamaica a lot too, and the only reason why I got to play on Stone Love song because they used to come to New York and play on my song.
Yeah.
But ordinarily, no one gets to play on Stone Love song.
No one. I remember, because it was a year-to-year dance, and now I'm seasoning the dance. It's like, okay, next year we're gonna anticipate it. I remember we elevated from the CDs to laptop, and. Stone Love them was playing and the money pull up was coming in and somebody dashed liquor in the CDJs. Them the time that man I walk in a party with whole heap of thousands of dollars. Them say, yo, it costs this amount of money for this CD controller, and the party can't even keep no more because they can't play with only one thing. And I said, what's his name from Stone Love? Fire Us, and I said, I can play with one turntable.
Internal.
I'm like, I could play. They're like, how you gonna play with? I'm gonna string up my laptop. I'm gonna juggle. While I juggle, Fire Us at MC, and then after that, Bill Cosby. Then after that, Diamond from Stone Love start MC, and then they start the music. And I was like, yo, we have to give this youth his ratings because you ain't never seen no selector come to Jamaica from foreign and really play hour for hour with some big song. Because normally somebody go to Jamaica, them just play 1 hour, and that's it. I'm talking about them play soul, 1 hour soul, I have to come back and play 1 hour culture. Then play 1 hour 90s dance, I have to find some different, and we was in competition to see who was gonna rush it. So the dance them used to sweet. So and it's not, the thing go, you can't come on a dance at 11 o'clock. Yeah. You have to do a dance from 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Tell that to some of these selectors here now.
Bro, and I remember it was only 2 songs, me and them. And you have to do a dance. You have to do a dance from 7 o'clock and you have to go hour for hour. I remember one time it was me, BSIDC, and the next song, I'm not going to call their name. And BSIDC them say, yo, you have to go play up on that song there. So them say one song I have to lock off because the vibes was unmatched. It wasn't really, it's like an hour BSIDC go on, then the next song go on, and then me go on with a little thing. So it's like, okay, cool. So BSIDC them say one song I have to lock off. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're gonna lock off the song that I'm on. So I'm not gonna play for the rest of the night. When the people them say, yo, BSIDC if you stay, BSIDC them say, BSIDC and Ricky Platinum in the morning. We went hour for hour till we went 30-32, we went 15 minutes. And then beat me with dub plate. When them start playing the dub plate, when them gonna love put on about the rhythm in a country.
I mean, it's based Odyssey.
So they say, yo, my ride, I believe, and I'm gonna just cut same time. But just to juggle amongst them people and go toe to toe with them by myself. Cause everybody have them MC and them have them the youth who I mix with them. It was just remarkable to them to see me doing it so well by myself.
You never thought about getting an MC, or you just always?
I was a mixer before I became. You're talking on the mic. So me with the creativeness that I was using while I used to juggle and play music for other people. Now when I was adapting, the MCing skills, is like I don't see nobody that's gonna come as close as how I want it to be done. Cause I don't DJ in crates. I just tip in and out of stuff. Bro, if you see my laptop, if you thief my laptop as a selector,
you won't be able to play it.
You would give it back to me and say I found it, because it's so many crates of music. I have crates of music and I just remember where everything is. Sometimes it's not the same genre in every crate. Sometimes it's like 6 hip hop right there, so. And that's a thing that I do to like exercise my brain. Cause I'm not in school, so I need something to exercise my brain, keep my brain working.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Where have you traveled so far, and where would you like to travel?
A lot of places in the Caribbean. I went to Antigua, Bermuda, Turks and Caicos, Guyana, of course. A lot of places, the Virgin Islands. We go all over the Caribbean. I went to Europe before. I went to the UK before. Me and Ragashanti, we went to Italy. I would love to really go to like Japan and just experience the vibes.
How about Africa?
Yeah. Oh my God, Africa. And it's funny you say that because I have people that listen to my SoundCloud from Africa. And I got a little fan base. I have a little fan base, Sierra Leone, Gambia. I have some fans over there in Africa. A lot of people that listen to me on SoundCloud. So
you still need to level up.
I still need to level up. But it's like I'm tapping in so many markets at the same time because I will come here and play at the beer vibes, and then tomorrow I'll go home and I'll play at a soca party, straight soca party, and I'll leave that, and the next week you probably see me at an Afrobeats party. So it's like tapping into a whole bunch of different markets at the same time, elevating in each market. Gotcha. It's a lot of work.
But you seem to enjoy it though.
I love it. It's challenging, and it keeps me on my P's and Q's because there's a lot of DJs that only can DJ in one arena. Yeah. You have some DJ that only can DJ in a raw dancehall crowd. You get what I'm saying? And it's like some of those DJs that DJ in that crowd, a promoter would never link them for a DJ at a Cancun jump off. True. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I'm going to Cancun jump off for the first time for Memorial Day weekend, and it's like I already know that vibes is not gonna be the raw dancehall vibes. It's a different commercial type, but at the same time you have to be well, like you have to know your hip hop and you have to know to play everything for that crowd. So yeah, that's a good move for me.
Wow. Now before you go, who do you rate? Who does Ricky Platinum rate as a selector that you want to listen to, that you don't have or you can learn from?
The thing is, I learn from everybody. I learn from everybody in terms of the things that they do good, in terms of the mistakes that they make. I learn from everybody because I can go to a dance and I realize a selector is a bad MC. And I said, I know the man is wicked, but I could go and realize he's a bad MC, and I realized that the people that was vexed because he talked a little bit extra too much, and I'm saying, okay, I learned to not go overboard with the talking. Gotcha. So it's like a situation where I learn from everybody in good ways and bad ways. So every selector, I take note of them. Like, I'm not the type of selector that just come and be like, yeah man, I'm me alone and rare. I'll go to a dance and I'll listen to a selector. I'll listen to people's SoundCloud and listen to them I juggle and see where we can, pick sense out of nonsense and make it apply to my craft. Yeah.
Well, folks, I mean, we could sit and talk for another couple of hours.
I know.
But we got to wrap it up, man. Yeah. Ricky Platinum on Take 5 today. What do you have to say to the folks before you go?
The people, them just follow me on the Instagram, follow the movement at Ricky Platinum, and just be prepared to see me in your city, your country, your region. We are come over all over the world. We are go forward and just, come shell it. Vibes got. You see me?
Let me tell you, it's an experience. When you come to see Ricky Platinum, let me just add my 2 cents. You're not just seeing somebody DJing.
Yeah.
You're putting on a show.
Entertainment.
And
big up Noah Power, because big up Noah Power, big up Nasheen Fire. Nasheen Fire seen me DJ, and as a youth that didn't have a name, playing on some big events, for a selector that has a lot of rating and has a big name to come to you and say, you bad, but me know I can't cuss nobody up on this podcast. You bad, but stop acting like a little PU. Yeah. You need, Ricky, you have the talent, but you need to demand your presence. You have to show the people them, say, are you there? You have to step out of your box and really give the people them something to talk about. because I was having the mixing, and I'm like, in comes Dominica, in God, and just being this little humble youth. And say, Ricky, stop being humble, and just show you have talent, and you can talk whatever you want to talk, and you have your talent to back it up. So just step out there, and then Noah just come in and just tell me, say, yo, straight up, Ricky, you need to step out more, you need to do your thing more, and elevate in a sense where you know that you got talent. He's telling me like, Ricky, you got talent. Ricky, you got talent. I need you to do yourself a favor and just do what you need to do outside of the box and don't care what people got to say because you have the talent to back it up. So big up my brother them because they really inspired me to step out of the box and start entertaining the people them. Because you can select and play all good music, but if you're not entertaining the people them, it's like, okay, you played good, but we don't remember you. So what did you do for us to remember you? You get what I'm saying? Right. So that's what it is.
I hope all the young selectors them take lessons.
Take some lessons. Interview. Yeah, for real talk.
On that note, we're gonna catch you on the next edition of Take 5.
Take 5. Mad move. Boom.